The Las Vegas Strip is famous for its neon lights, high-stakes thrills, and endless entertainment. But behind the doors of one of its most recognizable businesses, a disturbing secret was hiding in plain sight. Rick Harrison, the charismatic star of Pawn Stars, was seen by millions as the friendly, knowledgeable shop owner. His brand stood for trust, history, and authenticity. But what if everything you thought you knew was carefully staged? When FBI agents raided Harrison's sprawling Las Vegas estate, they expected financial records and possible evidence of white-collar crime. Instead, they uncovered something no one could have imagined: 25 human remains, concealed chambers, and ties to a criminal network decades in the making. The man celebrated for educating viewers on antiques and artifacts was allegedly orchestrating a much darker operation behind closed doors. Rick Harrison's story started in Lexington, North Carolina, where he was born in 1965. As a child, he battled epilepsy, spending long stretches confined to bed. Books became his refuge, and it was there he developed a deep love for history, a passion that would eventually become his signature. But that early thirst for knowledge now casts a chilling shadow, forming the roots of a legacy darker than anyone saw coming. In 1981, the Harrison family relocated to Las Vegas in search of a better life. 8 years later, Rick and his father opened the gold and silver pawn shop, a modest storefront that slowly built a reputation. Then, in 2009, Pawn Stars hit the airwaves, catapulting Rick into stardom. The show painted him as a self-made success, a living version of the American dream. But behind the cameras, another story was unfolding. A routine financial audit sparked the investigation that would unravel everything. Discrepancies in the pawn shop's ledgers hinted at more than simple tax issues. What began as a look into financial misconduct quickly turned into a federal criminal probe. Authorities dug deeper, following a trail that would lead them far beyond balance sheets. Inside Harrison's estate, agents uncovered not only documents linked to money laundering and organized crime, but also hidden doors and secret passageways. The deeper they searched, the more twisted the reality became. The gold and silver pawn shop wasn't just a business. It was allegedly a front for illegal operations that had operated undetected for years. The most horrifying discovery came behind a disguised wall in the basement, a concealed space hiding 25 bodies, linked to disappearances dating back nearly 2 decades. These weren't random victims. Many had connections to the underground world Harrison was tied to: rivals, whistleblowers, and those who had gotten too close to the truth. The image of a harmless TV personality crumbled overnight. Forensics teams worked around the clock, piecing together evidence of a meticulously planned string of crimes. What viewers saw as a history-loving family man was, behind closed doors, allegedly orchestrating violence, secrecy, and fear. The friendly persona was, it turned out, part of an elaborate cover. Further investigation revealed Harrison's ties to the black market trade in stolen artifacts. Many of the pieces featured on Pawn Stars, once thought to be historically significant, were traced back to illegal origins. With paperwork forged and provenance falsified, the items were funneled through a vast network, with Harrison allegedly at the center. The illusion of trust collapsed. What had been marketed as a genuine window into historical treasures was, according to investigators, a carefully crafted smokescreen. Harrison's fame had served as the perfect disguise, allowing him to operate in plain view under the nose of an unsuspecting audience. The fallout was immediate. Pawn Stars was abruptly canceled. The pawn shop's reputation tanked, and tourism to the site vanished. Las Vegas officials scrambled to contain the PR nightmare, while neighboring businesses suffered from the ripple effect. Harrison's once booming empire fell to pieces almost overnight. The impact on those close to him was no less devastating. His son, Corey Harrison, another star of the show, publicly stated he had no involvement and was cleared by authorities. Austin Chumley Russell faced minor legal consequences tied to failure to report certain activities. Insiders came forward with disturbing stories about Rick's private behavior, controlling, secretive, and detached from reality. As the case made headlines around the world, the courtroom became a stage of its own. Prosecutors laid out a mountain of evidence: DNA, detailed ledgers, witness accounts, and a timeline of calculated crimes. Harrison's defense team insisted he'd been set up, but the evidence told a different story. When he finally took the stand, the confidence he once exuded on screen faded fast. Under intense questioning, cracks began to show. Former employees and associates testified about his dual life. After only 6 hours of deliberation, the jury returned a unanimous guilty verdict. Harrison was convicted on multiple counts, including murder, racketeering, and trafficking stolen goods, and was sentenced to life behind bars without parole. His fall was swift and absolute. The once iconic pawn shop was shut down, demolished, and erased from city guides. Las Vegas distanced itself from the scandal, eager to bury the nightmare. Victims' families found some measure of closure as memorials were erected, but the damage to the city's image and to public trust will take years to undo. This case stands as a haunting example of how appearances can deceive. Rick Harrison, who spent years educating viewers about history, turned out to be hiding one of the darkest secrets of all. It's a powerful reminder that fame can serve as a mask, and the truth beneath it can be far more terrifying than fiction. The next time you invite someone into your home through a screen, ask yourself, how well do you really know them?